What up, what up, what up? What's going on? How everybody doing today? Today is a great day.
Yeah.
You wanna know why it's a great day, Taj?
Yeah.
Because I am done with my fast. My 30-day fast.
Yeah.
Alright, welcome to another episode of Veggie for Seasons. And today is a good day. First of all, I got my little man Taji Waji here with me.
Look
And
at the top face.
Today's a good day. You wanna know why?
Yeah.
Because it's the last day of my 30-day fruit fast.
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo. Shout out to me. And I made it all the way through without cheating. You feel me? I made it all the way through. I ain't had no leafy greens or nothing yet. My 30 days, that just represents the cleansing phase of my fast. Now, starting tomorrow, I start the revitalizing phase. And I'll get into all of that in another video. Today, we're gonna be touching on, I ain't get a chance to touch on this with y'all, but how I process my sea moss and how I make my sea moss. I'm finally doing a video and just showing y'all how I do mine and the process I go through. For those who don't know about sea moss, other words you can call it, other names it's known by rather. Irish moss, Irish sea moss, and the scientific term Chondrus Crispus. Just a little bit about sea moss. It's an algae. It comes from the water. It's usually on the shore. It grows like on rocks, like on the shores. It's kind of like seaweed. Like I said, it's an algae. It grows along the side, the shores of like Ireland, the Faroe Islands, Iceland, and places like Jamaica, St. Lucia, like the Bahamas, like the real tropical places. And even here in the Americas, I believe like on the East Coast, like up past New York, like Maine, New Hampshire, like them areas up there, definitely along all within the Atlantic Ocean, as far as I know. A couple fun facts about sea moss. It has 90% of the minerals that our body needs. I believe we need 102 minerals in our body, and sea moss by itself holds 92 of those minerals. It's considered a superfood. I honestly ain't even know what superfoods was. You know, I keep hearing that term as I've been transitioning into this healthier lifestyle. So a superfood is foods such as like salmon, broccoli, like blueberries, that are rich in compounds such as antioxidants, fibers, and fatty acids, which is all beneficial for a person's health. So it's considered a superfood. It has 90% of the minerals that our bodies, as humans, that our bodies need. It helps with acne. Somebody like me who got bad, been dealing with acne and skin issues like basically my whole life. It helps with digestion. It helps remove mucus out of the body, just for overall improvement in your immune system. It has certain vitamins, certain minerals like vitamin B12, vitamin B2, stuff like calcium, chromium, magnesium, zinc, iodine, potassium, potassium iodine, potassium bromide, selenium, and I know I just rambled off a whole bunch of stuff, but those are things that are on, like, if you ever had science class, like that's on the periodic table. It has a lot of those qualities and properties in them. I got some purple sea moss here. I'm used to having the yellowish brown sea moss. The colors can range from dark purple, which I got right here, if y'all can't see. Dark purple, brown. Once it's dried out, it can turn to a bright yellow or almost greenish a little bit. You can also look for a golden color. I think that's, most people are used to either seeing like the dark purple color or the golden color. It also improves the ratio of good to bad bacteria, and it improves like your overall brain function, which all of us need, obviously. And I'm gonna start the process. This is gonna be like a 2-day process. And what I'm doing with this sea moss, you can consume them in capsules if you like. Cause here I got the powder form right here. And on this one, and I got this off of Amazon. It's a pretty good brand, by the way. But on here it says Irish moss powder, and it's organic. And you could probably tell I done had this for a while, but just to show you the different, you can consume it in the powder form. What I'm about to do and show y'all is the gel-like form, the gel-like consistency. It kind of look like applesauce in a way, a little bit. This is the process I'm doing. I'm not turning it into a powder. Like I said, I'm doing the gel-like consistency, which is gonna be a 2-day process. And I only need a few things. I got my sea moss right here. I got my, well, this ain't a gallon, this ain't quite a gallon, but my little gallon of spring water. And I just need a bowl to put it in. I'm gonna show y'all the process in the sink over here in a second. But before I do that, I just wanna say, y'all gotta watch where y'all get y'all sea moss from, cause people be finessing, bro. People be finessing, they be out here, you know, there's a difference between fake sea moss and real sea moss. The fake sea moss, it's real sea moss, but how it's processed makes it like fake or whatever. Just for people who trying to consume it, who trying to buy it. Me personally, I know a lot of people, you know, it's a big sea moss wave going on, you know, ever since the whole rise of Dr. Sebi in this, in our generation. Obviously he was big before, you know, before now. But sea moss kind of, been kind of trendy over the past several years, you know. RIP to Dr. Sebi, by the way. So it's like been a thing. So a lot of people, that's how I was consuming it at first. I would buy it from people that already processed it. So the people would do what I'm about to show y'all, and I would buy it from them for whatever the price would be. And that's cool. That could be safe, that could not be safe, because you don't know what measures they took to get it that way. You don't know the process, you don't know where they source their sea moss from, you don't know where they get it from. So just for me, as I've been growing in this space, I like to do it on my own. I like to get my own sea moss from reliable sources, and they can vary, you know, and you can get them from different places. You can get some that come from over in Asia, like Japan. Well, no, not Japan. You can get some that come from Jamaica. Like I said, this is from St. Lucia. Some sea moss from St. Lucia. It's different ways and different places you can get it. And that's the whole sole purpose of this video. For people who are kind of discouraged, like I'd rather just buy it on my own, you know, in a gel-like form and just put it in my smoothies or whatever I'm gonna do with it. You know, cause obviously it makes life easier. But if you want all, like, you know, it's almost like you know, the home cooked meal, low key, is always better than a processed meal that you know what I'm saying, that's already frozen, that you buy out of the frozen section, you know. So that's kind of like that, like, you know, it just feel better, like there's more intention behind it, if that makes sense to y'all. I was saying all that to say, you know, it might be better to process it on your own, like I'm about to, just cause I've been in those situations where I buy a whole lot of sea moss not really knowing what I'm doing, cause once the sea moss gets wet, and y'all be able to see, it expands. It expands once it gets in the water and once it's sitting in the water for a certain amount of time. So the fake sea moss is more like, it's thicker than the regular sea moss. Like, can y'all see how thin that is? I hope I ain't too close to the camera, but can you see how thin that is? I believe this is real deal sea moss. And the sea moss, it smells like the sea. It smells like you're right by the ocean. And like it smells like fish kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the fake sea moss is oversaturated with sea salt. Like once they do their little process, cause that's what makes it fake. You know, just, you know, being a business person, they trying to finesse, you know, they trying to expand the bag really. So, you know, they trying to double up and triple up on their money when sea moss, it only expands so much. It ain't supposed to, this little bit right here ain't supposed to fill up the entire bowl. This entire bowl that I got right here. And there's probably other different things that, other little savvy ways that you can tell that something is real and not fake, like, you know. But those are just things to look out for. Like, the real sea moss is more thin, like I just showed y'all. And it does have some salt in it. If y'all can see the little salt. But it's not oversaturated. And yeah, just look out for that, is all I'm saying. A few little fun facts about the sea moss. Like I said, I'm in a great mood. It's a great day because this is the last day of my 30-day fruit fast. Like I said, that was strictly all fruit. You know, now, like I said, I'm in the revitalizer stage. I'm gonna do it for about 15 days. So now I'm gonna go from just all fruits to like eating salads and, you know, maybe some soup here and there, you feel me? Just, you know, easing my way back into eating like more solid food, leafy green food and things like that. So without further ado, I'm gonna take y'all over here to the sink. And before we go any further, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, bro. I'd appreciate it. All right, y'all. So I'm about to rinse off the sea moss. Hold on. And I want to rinse all the salt and all the sand or whatever might be on the sea moss. Get all of that off. It's a real pretty purple though, I ain't gonna lie. And people probably be talking about me because I ain't rinsing it off in spring water, but it'll be all right. Cause how I do it, I try to get most of it off because I'm actually trying to clean it. Scrubbing it like I'm washing myself up or something, you know? Wash it real good, squeeze it, spread it out. Once I'm done cleaning it off, I'ma re-rinse it with spring water. I like to make sure all the salt taste is off of it because I don't want it to be salty no more. Nia over there cooking some food. Now once I feel like I got it rinsed, see how pretty that is? You shouldn't see any sand, salt, or anything on it. I'm gonna take my spring water. I'm gonna do a slight little rinse at the end. Get that little tap out. All right. Bear with me with my camera angles. I'm about to pour this whole gallon of water in here. Because like I said, the sea moss is going to expand. And it's going to expand in a matter of minutes, really. And so you need enough water in here, you know, so the sea moss could still be covered, because if you ain't got enough water, it's gonna expand so far that it's gonna look like it's growing outside the water. So add a little bit more water just to be safe. That should do it. Now after that, we just play the waiting game. And like I said, we're gonna tap back in tomorrow. You could wait up to 24 to 48 hours, but like I said, for the purposes of this video, and low key, honestly, that's usually what I do. I just wait 24 hours for the sea moss to sit inside the spring water, sit and let it marinate. And after that, I can show y'all my final process as far as me making my own and processing my own sea moss. So we're gonna tap back in tomorrow. This is my part 2 of my process on how I make my sea moss. So I know I said it was gonna be the next 24 hours, but you know, life started lifing, things started happening, and I just ain't get a chance to get back within 24 hours. Let's see what it looks like after 48 hours. Remember, in the first video, how forgive my dog Max, he barking, trying to come in the house. But remember how thin they look like little pieces of twigs before, but it's been sitting in the water so long. You see the little discoloration from it a little bit, but also I told you it expands in the water. Look how much it expanded over this time. So now I'm about to show you the blending process. Now once we chop it all up, we're gonna use the water. We're gonna use the water that's in here, because the water's full of minerals and stuff. We're gonna fill it up like so, a little more than halfway. And then we're gonna blend. But yeah, as y'all can see, it's a little liquidy, but like I said, it's like an applesauce-like consistency. And that's what I'm looking for. But it looks good. Like I said, it's a pretty color. I'm used to it being like the little golden brown color, so it's a nice looking color. And again, you can add this to your smoothies. You can even put it in ice cream. You can put it in your food when you're warming it up on the stove or the oven. Like, that's what it's for. This consistency is easy to work with. So this is how I make my this is the process I use to make my sea moss. So if you guys like what you saw, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to run it up on YouTube, so I'll help your boy out. And until next time.